I scare you? I see you've already seen my model of the moon. It's pretty cool, right? You know what else is cool? The fact that water has actually been discovered on the moon. Not really though. Well, it's just water in the form of ice and dust. Whenever the sun hits the moon, the ice and dust evaporates and goes to one of these dark spots on the moon right here. Speaking of dark spots, these dark spots were created by asteroids that hit the moon a long time ago. These dark spots are also called Maria, and in 2019, China made a huge landing by landing on one of these dark spots. The size of the moon, our only natural satellite of Earth, is 3,475 kilometers in diameter. The moon has 8 phases, starting with the new moon and ending with the waning crescent. It goes new moon, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, new moon, waning gibbous, third quarter or last quarter, and then waning crescent. The US was actually thinking of nuking the moon in 1950 because they were lagging behind in the space race. The moon is drifting away from the Earth every single year. It drifts away 3.8 centimeters every year, which is actually affecting the rotation of our Earth. So, if this basketball was the size of the Earth, this tennis ball would be the moon, and the moon would be slowly drifting away. There are different names of the moon in each and every month. For example, in January, the full moon there is called a wolf moon. Pretty cool. The moon was formed when a huge rock hit the Earth, and that's how the moon was formed. There has been over 840 pounds of moon material collected from the moon and returned back to Earth. There has been also reported over 400,000 pounds of litter on the moon. This litter consists of unmanned spacecrafts, ascend and descent vehicles, which are vehicles that take you into space and they land you on a celestial object. There are moon buggies, which travel across the moon, and there are over 96 bags of feces, urine, and vomit on the moon, and there's also golf balls. There are, on Earth, our earthquakes, where in school we have earthquake drills, we go under our desks, we hold on to the legs of the desks for 30 minutes, right? Well, moonquakes are the complete opposite of earthquakes. Moonquakes are long but weak, and earthquakes are short but strong. The year on Earth is 365 days, but the year on the moon is actually just 27 and a half Earth days. I would love to go to school on the moon because there would be shorter school years, but that would also mean that there would be shorter summer breaks. In the 21st century, there will be at least 228 lunar eclipses. And the moon is actually more oval than spherical. There's a myth stating that the dark parts of the moon are not real. The people who believe in this myth think that because they've not actually seen the dark parts of the moon. I guess the only people who would know the truth are the people who have been on the moon. We all know that on space, there is zero gravity, meaning that you can jump super high. But there's one catch. Say I weigh 60 pounds on Earth, but on the moon, I would weigh 10 pounds because the weight on the moon is 1/6 of your weight on Earth. Life on the moon is impossible because of the no atmosphere and very little water. No atmosphere means you cannot breathe, and you would have to bring water from Earth because you will not find any water on the moon because water on the moon is very scarce. Moon dust can actually power down all those like inventions like that can keep you shelter on the moon terrain. Like the dust would all like interfere with everything, power everything down. And in the sunlight, when the moon is covered with sunlight, it would be around 240 degrees Fahrenheit. And when the moon is not covered in sunlight and when it's completely dark, it would be around -290 degrees Fahrenheit. A lunar eclipse is when the moon is covered in Earth's shadow. So the sun would be here, the Earth would be here, and the moon would be here covered in Earth's shadow. And on a solar eclipse, the sun is here, the moon is here, and the Earth is here, which means the moon would be blocking the sunlight from the Earth. Let me let you in on a little secret about this model. I invented a shrink ray and I pointed it at the moon, okay? And then I fired, and then the moon became so much smaller, and then it just came tumbling down. And then this is how the model was created.